Hello beautiful people, welcome to my channel. My name is Teresa and I am your cruise director on the Magical Mystery Tour. Day 7, I think, of the ABH Lucky Dip. Before we get to that, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, ring the notification bell to be alerted to any new uploads. And if you like this video at the end, please give it a big thumbs up. Let's go see what we're playing in today. Okay, so today we have the Amrezy palette. We've got a bit of colour, well, neutral and a little pop of colour. Am I going to use it? Have I got much on today? We will think about that. I haven't looked up the details of this. Amrezy, another beauty influencer, not one that I followed. Not sure what year it came out, probably right at here. Anyway, is that matte? Matte enough. Let's start. I don't know if I want to go too hard today. Going in, starting there. Of course. My stepson's just gotten up, if you hear the noise. He's just jumped in the shower in the room next door as soon as I start. God love him. So, that's really just done a flesh colour pigment across the eye. Look, there are two glitters in this. I'm not using them. I just want to... Glitters used to be in everything, didn't they? Which makes me go, is it around 2016 to 2019? Okay, this is probably a little bit warmer than I want to go, but I'm going in here. And just using this as my transition. Back and forth. So this is the probably more neutral of these two shades. Let's move back and forth. I shouldn't I'm not going to say I'm surprised, but normally, 16-year-old boy, normally I have to wake him up. So, he's like a bull in a china shop sometimes. You know, 16, all limmy, well over 6 foot tall. But the fact that he got up himself without me having to go in and wake him up. Gee, that light is... Am I looking ghostly white today? I'm looking really white, aren't I? I haven't done any base yet, but I'm looking like a ghost. Sweet niblets. How am I that pale? How? Hibbits. Okay, going into this, it is a deep burgundy down the end here. Nearly black, in fact. But once we buff that out, that should soften a bit. So I'm just grabbing a smaller brush now, nothing on it, just to really buff that out, because as I said, I want to soften that look. And look at that, that's blended out. Really nice when you compare that to this. It's just softened up the depth Like we've got the depth, but we don't have the intensity because it just buffs out beautifully. Clean off your brush in between and you can just pull that forward a bit like I've done on the other side. And look at that, that's all diffused now. Just going back into this shade. Just tapping around the edge there. And I think I mixed up my brushes. It's all good. Then back over the edge there. So what are we doing on the eyelid? Let's have a look. I'm just going to swatch some of these colours. Look at that vibrant pink. That's really dried out now. I'm going to those, and of course the blue. So there are the shades. This is a shade that was dry, but I really quite like that. I'm just wondering if I add a pop of blue underneath the eye. I want to go in quite soft on the top, so I'm going to use this purple across 2/3. The thing with this palette, like, yeah, we've got all the pretty sparkles. This palette doesn't, it's never really excited me. It just hasn't. Just going back on that outer corner with a little bit extra of that brown just to blend that out. Some palettes that have some palettes can be really inspiring. I mean, this is, I don't particularly think, just get rid of that blue for a second. I think that's a really boring colour story. It's also, they just don't really sort of match to me. Now, going into this shade here and bringing up. Yeah, it's just never been one, like I said, that makes me want to reach for it. Obviously, it's just not my colour story. Now, if it had greens, and I think that's what I've been missing, if I'm going to have a pop of colour, even Prism to me is more inspiring. This one, but not everyone has the same preferences, and that's okay. I'm just going to, I was really debating what to put under my eye or in my waterline, whether to go a nude or a brown. I think I'm going to go brown. Well, I don't think. I have gone a brown. Yeah, this. Let's go under the eye with this brown to start. Because what this is going to do is give a bit of a depth to this blue that I'm thinking about using. The issue with this blue, I've just made a mess there. The issue with this blue is it's going to be very intense in it. Now, what I have done is cleaned off the little bullet brush I normally use on the inner corner of my eye, because I want something quite small just to work this back and forth. Now let's work it. Clean it off. And the same on this eye. just going to now bring that down a little bit because I'm sort of reverse smoking. God, I'm pale. Reverse smoking that out. Okay. Now I've got a really fine tip brush. Let's see, this could be a big mistake. This is a bit soft. So I've got a flatter brush now. You watch me end up going in with a liner brush. Yeah. We got a third time's the charm. A bit of fluff. Trying third time lucky with a liner brush. And just, so what that's done is it's not as intense. Which, trying to make that blue a bit more wearable. Could use it all over the lid like I used the pink. But now, what this has made me want to do, because I put that brown over the eye, I'm going to go in with, okay, I don't know how this is going to work over the top. I'm going to go in with the Stila Electric Blue Liner over the top of that brown. Yeah, see, that will, I debated about it, but I wasn't sure. It's just going to marry it up a bit. It's not, it looks really bright when it's angled on the waterline, but once your eye sits normally, it looks fine. So I've loaded up my brush again. I'm just spraying it. There we go, that's intensifying it. See the difference? So you get more payoff because it's wet. Now I'm just cleaning off my little corner eye brush and going in with it and pulling into that. That's sort of where we are. What I think I'm going to do is, I've got a really small angled liner brush here and I'm going into that black. We're just going to go close to the lash line. If you want it more intense and more defined, by all means, spray it like I did the blue. I wonder if I could do this. My liner and mascara without pulling my mouth open. That is where we are at right now. This feels a bit dated to me for sure. I am going to go and do a little bit of fallout. I'm going to go do the rest of my makeup and I'll be right back. Okay, we are back with the final look. Look, to be honest, not feeling this today, but it's a look. Use the palette. I'm not surprised I'm not feeling it. I did say that this palette isn't very inspiring to me in any case. You know, the amount of palettes that they put a pop of blue in and go, ooh, we've got something different. It's okay. It's just okay. Have you got this? What are your thoughts on this palette? Because if I was going to declutter, that would probably be one of them. There'd be a few I'd declutter. Do like to keep them because I have, well, look, to be honest, ABH might be one that I do end up decluttering. Jelly's chewing on a toilet roll. If you can hear her. It's just a look. It's just a look. It's just a look. Not one of my best. Not one that I'm finding fun. And, oh, about that is it. Not everything goes fantastic. Until next time, my loves. It is what it is. Saying that I hate. Don't forget to tell your mum, tell your sister, tell your friends. Come along, hang out, subscribe. Tell me how you feel about this palette. Until next time, take care. Bye.